This is Nissan In-Game Live. Ron Jaworski. I'm Michael Barkann. 27-15, the Philadelphia Eagles leading the Washington Commanders at halftime of the NFC Championship game. Jaws, 2 turnovers by the Eagles, costing Washington 14 points, 27-15. I like that. I don't like what just happened at the end as we watch the Commanders go. I hope we're laughing about that in the post-game show. Your thoughts on the first half?
I'm in a very good place right now.
You are.
I'm not happy giving them 3 points, but I think the Eagles played a really solid first half. And the Commanders looked a little bit out of sort. I think that happens with teams for the first time in this big type of matchup situation, the NFC Championship. Yeah, they came out of Detroit and they won a game in Detroit. Now that they're all well and good. They don't know the buzzsaw they get in Philadelphia. They don't know the kind of defense or offense that they're going to get in Philadelphia. And they turn the ball over twice. And hey, we've been harping on this for 3 years. You and I have worked together. I said, you lose the turnover battle, you lose the football game. The Commanders have turned the ball over twice. The Eagles are 0. The Eagles are very good with handling the football. Jalen's keeping the ball out of harm's way. Saquon always protects the football with 2 hands when contact's coming. I thought it was a rock-solid first. We can nitpick. Some things are here and there, but this is a rock-solid first half. 27-15 Eagles. I'll take that.
And this is a game where you do not nitpick as long as it's a W at the end. So I'm not going to nitpick just
You're
yet.
allowed. You're allowed.
Okay.
Because that's what you do.
That's what I do. I nitpick and I needle. All right, Jaws. Well, let's talk a little bit about the star of the game. Saquon Barkley snaps off a 60-yard touchdown run. We couldn't believe it. It was as if it was scripted. He has 85 yards, 9.4 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. The only thing is, he's got 9 carries. I'm getting is he okay, Jaws?
He was getting some treatment on the sidelines. I'm not going to play doctor here and say what's right or wrong, but he came back in the game, and I believe he's fine. He was getting treatment. He came back, so you got to assume the doctors know what the hell they're doing and putting him back in the football game. But I thought Kenny Gainwell came in and gave us a good little shot in the arm, picked up the slack a little bit. We got a little bit of a break. I thought Saquon was holding on the 1 touchdown, so we'll take a missed holding call. But Saquon Barkley is the heartbeat of this football team. Although Jalen Hurts right now is playing a solid game, it's Saquon Barkley that makes it happen. I mean, the first play of the game, that crowd is sitting on the edge of their seat if they're sitting at all. In the first play, they give to Saquon Barkley. He goes 60 yards for a touchdown. On a play they've run all season long with great success. He forced 3 guys to miss tackles. I don't even call them missed tackles anymore. He's just so damn hard to bring down. Yeah. They're not missed tackles. He just, if you're 190 pounds, you're bouncing off him. He runs with such great, body leverage. It's hard to take him down. So give him all the credit in the world.
I don't know many backs that have the same start, stop, start as he does. He can get right up to the line, pass it, and then stop and reverse direction, and 60 yards later he's in the end zone.
I call that lateral agility, not just that straight ahead, but you got to go left and right. And he doesn't lose any speed doing it. Just he's had an unbelievable year. Obviously, we're not in this situation without the play of Saquon Barkley all season long.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts because his passer rating is 108.8, which is outstanding. He's 12 of 18. He'll be pushing 300, maybe more than 300 yards passing. He has not done that in a while this season. 12 of 18 for 141, was sacked for 9 yards 1 time and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts has really led this team. Took off the knee brace just before the game. I don't know if I like that, but it's working.
Well, he doesn't seem to be bothered by the knee at all. I don't see him limping. I don't see him pushing one way or another. He seems to be in control of his body with his legs. So that's the number one thing with Jalen. I thought his decision-making was very, very good. A couple times he left the pocket slightly prematurely, probably missed some plays down the field, but I thought his movement from the pocket overall was very, very good. He let receivers work downfield and uncover, which is when you have to do. That's why I'm trying to buy a little time. I thought overall he had a rock-solid first half. He ran the ball enough, and he kept the defense honest, but when he got guys open, he made terrific throws. The 4th down throw was, to me, his best throw of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You got Brown going up the left sideline, an all-out blitz coming from the Commanders. He laid a dime out there to A.J. Brown. That was the throw of the year for me.
Landon Dickerson, left guard, moving over to center because of Cam Jurgens' back injury. And then he's hurting Landon Dickerson. He's got a knee issue, but he's toughing it out so far. What are you expecting from him in the second half and the line?
Well, first of all, offensive linemen, I played 17 years in the NFL, and they're the toughest son of a guns you'll ever find anywhere. They never want to come on the game. You'll have to bring an ambulance out to get these guys off the field. And you always know offensive linemen because they're so unified. And Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach, does a great job of keeping those guys unified. And you see the sideline; they're all trying to work. See who we're going to get in there. I mean, you just don't know. But of course, if you're hurt, you got to come out of the game. I never want to see a guy get hurt because we're going to be in New Orleans in 2 weeks. I don't want someone to get seriously hurt when it might be a minor injury right now. But that's why there's great medical doctors on that sideline, and the coach is not going to put one of their players in harm's way.
I think we might be in New Orleans in 2 weeks.
I'm telling you, we're going to New
watching
Orleans.
These Eagles. Oh my goodness! And that Jaws cigar party, the Ditka Jaws cigar party, is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Here's the plug.
So 27, you know it. So 27-15. I do have to nitpick. I don't think it's a nitpick.
And we get
either.
the ball.
We get the ball. That's what they get the ball. 39. I wasn't an Eagles quarterback. They get the ball. So, but 39 seconds left, and they march down the field. I hope those 3 points don't make a difference. How'd that happen, Jaws? Because it shouldn't have.
Well, you try to guard the sidelines, but they didn't. You know, and give the Commanders some credit. They had some good play designs that got them in that field goal position. It just it does happen occasionally. I think they were worried about giving up maybe a Hail Mary touchdown, so they decided, hey, okay, we'll give them it would have been a 51-yard field goal until they gave up the 10-yard completion, which that one may be a little stingy because that you can't give it that easy 10-yard completion and make it a 41-yarder rather than 51-yarder.
But the story of the first half, as you always talk about it, 2 turnovers resulting in 14 Eagles points. You look at the score. If that doesn't happen, it's a completely different deal. The Eagles are playing great. Special teams fumble forced, another fumble forced. 27-15. You got to love it. Defensively, they're doing a good job.
And you know, Washington came out and moved the ball right down the field. I mean, 18 plays, we got moved in for a field goal, and you start thinking, oh boy, this is going to be the kind of game it's going to be. But if you turn the football over, you're going to get beat. And we talked on the pregame show last week. The 4 teams playing today all had 0 turnovers. 0. You turn the football over at playoff time, you lose. Every team is good you face in the playoffs, and you give them extra opportunities, you're going to get beat.
All right. What are you looking for in the second
Same
half?
thing.
Same thing?
Same thing. I told you now we're making predictions that we're going to win this game, and I think handily.
Handily. 54-30. Well, let's just double the score.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Jaws said it. By the way, everybody, we remind you when the clock hits 0, we begin Eagles postgame live. Ron Jaworski, Barrett Brooks, Ruben Frank. We're across the street, of course, for all the interviews. Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, all the principals, and what will be a huge Eagles win as they head to Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans against the Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be exciting. 30 minutes separates the birds from New Orleans. They've got to do it, but we'll have Eagles postgame live for you when the clock hits 0.
Keep the pedal to the metal.